obviously with a short runway for Prop 50, there was going to be a lot of money spent on these ads. We knew there was going to be a lot of money. Charles Munger, who I'm always flabbergasted at how much money people like the Mungers have, because he just like no problem like cuts a $10 million check for Prop 50. Like he just drops money like it's crazy. But people are dropping money left and right. It's like I said, I think the total's over 50 million at this point. It's going to go like even higher by the time we get to November. At this point, I imagine it's probably going to be like $100 million in money spent on this Prop 50 campaign between the for and the against. There was an ad, though, that came out the other day, and I saw it, and I don't want to say I'm shocked because I was fully expecting them to go this route. But we'll just go ahead and watch it, and then we'll add our commentary. If you want me to pause, let me know. We'll pause there.
Who's behind the campaign against Prop 50? Mega millionaire Charles Munger Jr. What's Munger's game? Munger gave lavishly to anti-abortion and anti-LGBT extremists. Now,
there it is. 11 seconds in. They couldn't help themselves. They just couldn't help themselves. What is Prop 50 about?
Well,
it's about abortion.
We were told it was to save democracy.
No, it's about abortion. It's about abortion. Democrats, they have their ace in the hole, and they just can't wait. They just can't wait to play it. And I guess with only 40 days, less than 40 days, they had to play abortion right away. And I was like, okay, I mean, sure. You don't have much time. You might as well play that card as soon as, and I imagine this is going to be played a lot. And yeah, so they're playing that right away.
He's spending millions to help Trump rig the election.
And there's the second part. So we got the double whammy of Democratic strategy in basically any election anywhere that has nothing to do with Trump or anything like that. Trump and abortion. That's all they're going to say is Trump, abortion, Trump, abortion. They're going to be yelling from the rooftops about Trump and abortion from here until November, even though that has quite literally nothing to do with what this fight is about. But they're going to scream it. They're going to scream it.
The California GOP, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The California GOP needs to quickly release a deck of cards just like this, with all proceeds going to fight Prop 50.
That'd be fine. Like these cards with Charles Munger and Trump on them.
And add our 9 congressional our congressional politicians that we have in California. All 9 of them.
All 9. It wouldn't cover the whole deck, but
No.
50 puts our elections back on a level playing field, protects independent redistricting, and gives the power to the people of California. Stop.
No. I hate that line because it is so and I don't know if you've noticed, not only in this ad, but like all the ads that are for Prop 50, they all kind of they say this squishy language of like, it's to return power to the people and preserve democracy. And they kind of say like across the country. They kind of allude to like it's to protect democracy across the country. And it's like, no, this is a California specific thing. All they're doing is redistricting to disenfranchise voters here in California. And this has nothing to do with protecting democracy across the country. But they like to say these vague things about protecting democracy and give power to the people. You're not giving power to the people because the people voted to have an independent commission back in 2008. I believe was it 2008 with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's why he's so adamantly against this. And the people said, we want an independent commission. Polls showed that people support the independent commission. The people of California said they support the independent commission. And now they're saying it's power to the people. No, it's power to legislative Democrats up in Sacramento and their kind of connected lobbyists and their buddies like Paul Mitchell, who are redrawing the maps, who's married to Jody Hicks, who is the head of the Planned Parenthood PAC. So draw from that what you will. But it has nothing to do with power of the people. It's we're giving the power that we had with the independent commissioning, and we're giving it right back to the legislature, and they're going to gerrymander the hell out of this state just for their own political gain. So it has nothing to do with power to the people. That's for sure.
Trump, end Munger's game, and save democracy. Yes.
And save democracy. So that's one of their ads. I mean, it's 20 seconds. Obviously, they're going to scare you with the abortion and Trump, and how they have to give, the power to the people. It's all about democracy. So they hit the whole Democratic like trifecta of like golden talking points, which is it's about abortion, it's about Trump, and it's about protecting democracy. First off, like I said, we're not voting on abortion. That's enshrined in the California Constitution. Okay. Nothing's going to happen to your abortion rights here in California. It's enshrined in the California Constitution. When they overturned Roe v. Wade, it didn't ban abortions. It just said it went back to the states, and California voted to add it to the Constitution. So no abortion rights are going to be harmed here in California by voting yes or no on Prop 50. Trump, they keep trying to blame all of this redistricting in Texas on Trump, which we were, lucky enough to have Mike Garcia explain this to us. And I didn't even know this. This all came from a federal ruling and a federal case started by the Biden DOJ against Texas because of their maps, saying that their maps were not properly drawn or that they didn't include the right, communities or minorities or something like that. So that is not, Trump didn't start the redistricting in Texas. And then finally, you're not protecting democracy because you are disenfranchising voters. Like you're having people who are way up in the state of Jefferson, and I think it's in Moab, I'm trying to remember the name of the county, Moab, is being drawn into Mendocino County, which is heavily blue. So you have a heavily red district that is reaching out and grabbing Democratic voters from Mendocino County, obviously Napa Valley, all that, and trying to turn it more leaning blue rather than strong red. So no, it's not about protecting democracy. You're actually disenfranchising voters here in California. But that's what they're going to play. They're going to play that on rerun. I bet you're going to see that over the next month, and it's going to drive you nuts over the month of October. So what are your thoughts about this entire ad?
I feel like you actually said most of the stuff that I was going to say. I'm going over my notes real quick because, like, as you mentioned, abortion is already codified into our state constitution. It's not going anywhere. I don't even think Republicans are trying to take that away. I think they gave up on that. Like maybe in a red state, they're fighting for it, but in California, I don't even think anyone's like addressing that, honestly. And let's see. Yeah. So I literally wrote exactly what you said because I was like, this quickly changed from fighting Trump and saving democracy to all of a sudden MAGA, anti-abortion, anti-LGBTQ. So I think that's pretty much my notes on it. I'm just checking if I had any, sassy remarks. I don't think I did.
Okay. Well, then we kind of nailed it, I guess. That was it. There was I'm trying to think. I saw this. I want to see if I can pull it up, but I must have lost the tweet. I see so many tweets over the course of the week that, I should have bookmarked it. But this all came about because I saw that they had spent like $50 million on, between the two of them, they've already spent like $50 million on all of this, and we're barely into October. And the big push is going to be in October when we're getting close. It's going to be down to the wire. It's going to be those last 2 weeks, and we're spending millions and millions of dollars on these ads. So I fully expect that there's going to be $100 million dumped into this special election. Now, that's not counting the fact that we as taxpayers are going to end up paying probably around $280-300 million just for this special election, just to do this. So those are two different numbers. We have the $50 million right now, which is the running total for what they're spending on campaign ads. Not to mention Gavin Newsom's whole pack is raising what did George Soros drop like $10 million into his PAC for this. Like, this has become like the new recall for Newsom. He figured out the recall was a great way to make money. It was a great way for him to raise money because he took that war chest, turned it into the Campaign for Democracy or whatever the heck he calls his PAC that we all know is going to be funneled into his presidential PAC the minute he runs for president. And that's what this all is. If you don't understand that politicians can kind of set up these PACs and stuff and then raise money. And then those PACs, when they get dissolved, they can shovel money to different PACs or they can shovel it to campaigns. So this is all just a great way for him to build a war chest going into 2028. Win or lose, Gavin Newsom's going to make a ton of money off of this for his presidential run. And we're all just going to be sitting here going, why the hell are we losing our representatives? Because you don't like Trump or something like that? Oh, because we're saving democracy or something like that?
We're saving abortion, really.
We're saving abortion, which again is enshrined in the California Constitution. There's nothing you can do.
Under attack here.
Nothing's going to be affected here. Like, and I don't know how to tell. Like, I can say that until I'm blue in the face, but people will really think that that anything that, well, outside of them passing a congressional federal law banning abortion, which they would never do because it'd be political suicide for Republicans. Nothing outside of that is going to change what happens here in California when it comes to abortion. So a state proposition about redistricting has nothing to do with abortion, but they had to get that in there. They had to get the Charles Munger's anti-abortion. Okay. So I don't know. Should we also say like Charles Munger is like a San Francisco Giants fan? And like, if you're a Dodgers fan, you should vote no or yes on Prop 50 because you don't like the Giants. Like, let's just bring in all other extraneous things that have nothing to do with it.
I would like to discuss his race or religion because that's really what's important.
Sure. I mean, that has everything to do with the redistricting right now and what the fight of Prop 50 is all about. But that's basically the update.